Hi, you guys. I am basically just making a video so that I can share a video because I don't think I can share videos on posts. I tried once, but there's a video. I'll share it. And to me, it explains a lot about these near death experiences. Actually, it answers maybe a question because I know I've said before that sometimes atheists go to hell and then they go to heaven, and why? I mean, um, okay, so, and I didn't really like question it, like why, like that kind of why, but I was just like trying to figure it out. So it's John Burke and um, I forgot her first name, Robertson, a new channel, I think. And marker 31. I'll put it in the comments. So, and she asked an interesting question that, you know, I have brought up before once, purgatory. Okay, so she basically asked, um, which she knew he couldn't answer, but because he never had one, but he has a show about them, so he studies them. Well, he couldn't really answer that, but I myself have done that. I've heard there's degrees of hell. I also know the Catholics know things that, and the Jews as well. The Jews had it all first. They had it all first. And I do watch a rabbi who is not a messianic rabbi because he talks about end times. And I learn interesting. I've told you about that before. It's Rabbi Alan Avana, Alon, like the American Alan, but with an O, and Avana. Anyway, and some of these Jews, and then even Christians for Israel channel. That guy, no, that's not the one. But anyway, maybe I'll share that link. He lives in Israel. Well, anyway, this is going too long, but he lives in Israel, and he's a Jew, and he witnesses to the Jews. And just listening to some of those the other day for the first time, um, hearing some of these Jews, apart from Rabbi Allen, and what they believe, like they believe in the black magic, like some people say this is from. They don't believe in it that way. But I've told you before how Rabbi, I keep trying to say Pastor Allen Avana, but it's Rabbi Alan Avana. He has had videos on reincarnation, which I don't agree with. But like I said, we get our Bible from the Jews, and we also know that there's all kinds of things we don't know about. And then the Catholics had our Bible before. They're the ones that gave us our Bible. So if they talk about purgatory, there might be something to it. If the Jews talk about reincarnation, there might be something to it. Although, and we all know black magic exists. Uh, I'm not trying to be controversial here. I'm not trying to hear all sides necessarily to help me believe. It's nothing like that at all. It's like I want to hear things. And I didn't even mean to hear. I don't listen to the reincarnation stuff he makes, but I've heard a few of it. And he even talked about mermaids once. I mean, like they exist. And us Christians in certain Christian circles have experienced stuff like that. So, you know, anyway, this question she asked, Miss Robinson, whatever her first name is, about should we continue praying for the dead, their salvation, if we're not sure. So that to me, brings up this thing, because I wonder if, see, I've had dreams of my mother since she died in 2019, not of her, but in my strange, weird dreams. I don't think they're from the Lord necessarily. I just think they're dreams, and I can't remember them. All I know is that when I wake up, I remember a little bit about the dream, and I remember my mother would be in it. But ever since she died, every single dream that she happens to be in, this is what her face looks like. Not really that drastic, but it's kind of an angry face, like a, not angry. I don't know, the mother look, like when your mother gives you a look like, but they're not directed at me. It's not like she's looking at me like that. It's like she's got a sad, not a sad, she's got a look on her face like she's not happy. And sometimes I'm standing beside her, sometimes I'm looking at her across, sometimes it's like, so to me, and I've asked Jesus about this, I'm like, Jesus, what is wrong with her? Is she in hell right now? I mean, because in my questioning of God, with God, I'll say, do we, when we die as backslidden, lukewarm Christians before the rapture has happened, because I believe the trib is that hell on earth, that those ones will, but what about the ones that died before the trib that would have gotten left behind, living in a state they lived in? And you know, of course she's saved, but anyway, but she didn't live right. Even to the end, sometimes she didn't really live right as a loving Christian, as a forgiving and stuff, non-bitter, all those things I talk about. So sorry, this is so long. So I'm like, God, is it true that if we die in that backslidden, lukewarm state, we are saved, we're absent from the body, is present with the Lord, but there is no time? And like with these near death experiences, it's like they experience both. And I'm like, and they also feel like when they've experienced hell, they've been there like millions of lifetimes, right? Some of them. So because there's no time, so maybe they're there for just 1 second, like my dogs and any of your lost loved ones, they're in heaven now. It's like they've been there for 1 second. You know, they're not missing you. They're not missing you at all. You know, we miss them, but so I don't grieve for my dogs. That really helped me to concentrate on that, and to where they don't miss me. There's other dogs in the world that need love, that are suffering. So then I asked God, I still ask him, I'm like, God, why does she look like that? Is she suffering in some degree because of the state she died in? We might have to go through some certain, so this is off topic of near death experience, I'm sorry about that, but this is just my questions to God. I'm just being honest. I can be honest with God, and I'll share you a testimony if I ever have a chance about confessing your faults one to another so that you can pray for one another and be healed. Sometimes you don't even have to have anybody pray for you. You just confess it. Anyway, I'll make another video in a second maybe. But I'm going to share a video, and I want to encourage you guys, I'm still praying for Kelly. And hello, Libby, if you're there. I want to encourage you guys to read Psalm 31. Thunder. We just had a deluge. Psalm 34. Did I say 31? Psalm 34. It's excellent. Focus on every verse. I was writing it down. I will bless the Lord at all times. Also Psalm 1. But I do understand there's times in our lives where we are like, Father, let this cup pass from me. Okay, so then you're asked, well, then there's Psalm 1. Then there's Psalm 34. People are in dire straits at the moment, or they're in the midst of being pummeled physically, literally abused, beaten, raped. Okay, and they'll bless the Lord at all times. Okay, sure, that is true. We can, but it's a discipline. It's a discipline to be able to do that in the pummeling. So all I'm saying is, just that this is true. And so is it true that there are going to be times in our lives where we're going to ask, let this cup pass from me. And all the other verses that are like dealing with traumatic things. Okay, just like Paul with the thorn in his side after he went to heaven. He's always going to have it, but he can. Okay, well, anyway, I'm just liking this, and you'll notice there's a lot of famous verses in that one. Okay, God bless you guys, and I'm going to share the video. Bye.